Hello everyone. I'm just going to take a few minutes to activate my Instagram live. Hello, Mandy Wagon 17. Thank you for joining in. Bleeze Albino Manny, thank you for joining in. Thank you. Chi 3, I am not cooking. Cooking is my day job. I'm done with that now. So thank you all for joining in and welcome to Life's Journey. My name is Benedicta Ilichi and I'm your host for this show. So welcome to Life's Journey, and if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, it is youtube.com/Tastebudzng. Good evening, Shupo. Thank you for joining in. Thank you all for joining in and for your patience. So on today's topic, women empowerment. We're going to be discussing women empowerment. Is it essential for global progress or is it overrated? Is this whole buzz about women empowerment, is it overrated or is it essential for global progress? I don't know if some of you have taken out the time to watch some of our past episodes on Life's Journey. Hey, Maduweng, what's up, what's up? What's up today is women's empowerment. How essential is it to the world's progress? So I want us to discuss this topic. I really want us to, talk about it. I want to, right here we have our Life's Journey call line. Remember that towards the end of this show, you can feel free to dial in and share your thoughts with us. So I'm right here with the phone. You can feel free to call in and share your thoughts towards the end of the show, after we're done with all the talking and the gist for today. So I want us to really discuss this topic because I am of the opinion that it isn't overrated. While some people think the whole social movement is overrated. Now, let's look at it this way. What is the world's population? What is the world's female population? How many women do we have in the world globally? The ratio of women to men. That is the first thing we should think about, or that is the first thing we should look at. What is the ratio of women to men? Because if we are living in a world that is populated by men and women, I believe that both parties have their roles to play in the progress of the society. So if the women fold are not progressive in their daily activities, or they are not progressive in the kind of lifestyle that they live, it is eventually going to affect the world at large. Some studies have put it out there that the ratio of men to women currently, as at 2020, men are slightly more. Men are like 55 to 4% more in population than women. So that brings men and women to almost the same ratio in terms of population. So why don't we look critically, or rather look in depth into educating a population that in probability will say it's half of the world population. Women make up half of the world population, going by the statistics we have out there. So why don't we look into empowering half of the world population? Hello, Henry. Thank you for joining in. So if we're to go by the statistics that we have out there, that women are 55 or 53% percentage of the world's global population, we should look into empowering this ratio. We should look into how they can contribute their own quota to the progression or to the forward moving of the world at large. So now, women have been fighting a lot over the years for gender equity. They've been fighting for equality in different aspects of life. And I think if this is what we have been fighting for so many years, the men should encourage us to be able to use our voice, for us to be able to find and use our voice. One of the ways that women can be encouraged is by educating them, giving them that sense of freedom to be able to explore all that there is, all that they can achieve, making them to understand that they can break boundaries, that they can be as educated as their male counterparts. Women shouldn't feel trapped socially. They shouldn't feel handicapped financially. They should be given equal opportunities as the male populace. One of the reasons why we have, should I even say, broken homes or children that are not being raised properly is because the closest person, or most of the time, the closest person to these children are their mothers. And if a mother is not properly educated, she will not be better informed on how best to raise a child or on how best to educate a child. If she isn't properly educated, she wouldn't be in a better position to raise or educate a child. And personally, I feel the reason why most men are threatened, or most men do not like the thought of female empowerment, is that they do not understand or fully understand the concept of women empowerment. They feel it's a revolutionary social movement or a revolutionary social reform. I beg to differ. I understand women empowerment as a reformative social movement. It is not revolutionary. It is reformative in the sense that the change which we seek to bring about is rapid. It isn't drastic. If it were drastic, we will not still be crying out for gender equity in 2020. We will not still be crying out for reproductive rights. We will not still be crying out for an end to female genital mutilation. All these would have been bygones if this women empowerment movement were revolutionary. I believe the women before us would have succeeded a long time ago. But we are still in the process. And if you can relate, or if you know, this has been a struggle that has been ongoing for so many decades. It is not going to end today. I don't see a victory today or tomorrow. I see it as something that is ongoing, that we are going to fight this battle, or rather bring about these rapid changes to the point that we can, and hand over the baton to our children to continue the struggles, to continue the fight. Where we are now in terms of women empowerment isn't where we were 50 years ago. You would agree with me that this isn't where we were 50 years ago. So we ought to give ourselves a pat on the back and say, well done, but we should also know that the battle is still ahead. And to the male populace out there that haven't embraced this movement, that hasn't embraced this change that we're so seeking for because of fear that this is a revolutionary social movement. It isn't. Life journey, it's about 2 months old now. I started this on my birthday, August 1st. And we've had, I think, about 8 or 9 topics. I think today is the 9th topic. And I've had some people come to my DM to, drop some very derogatory comments at my person. Some people, have. One of such comments was, I remember when I told you guys of a guy saying, Tastebudzng, I hope you're not a divorce enabler. I hope this channel, this series is not to encourage women to leave their marriages. And I tried correcting that in one of the episodes we had before. And some other person sent me a DM yesterday with 0 posts, 0 following, and he said, Tastebudz, leave our women for us. Our women. That's ownership, 100% ownership. I don't think that's right. Why would you generalize and say our women? Leave our women for us. We are not here to bring about any drastic change or cause any revolution. We are here to bring about rapid changes towards social reforms. We want to lend our voices to some certain social reforms that we believe that should be put in place to protect women and the girl child right. First time joining the live feed, are we allowed to ask questions as it goes on, or is there a time for questions? Bizo 2050, yeah, there is a time for questions, and that time is going to be real soon, maybe the next 10 to 15 minutes, while I just explain what this topic is all about. Then I would love to hear your comments. Blizo 250, you can come on and ask questions. So back to what I was saying. So this is not, and I didn't take offense when I saw all that comment on my DM, because I understand the fact that when you do not understand something completely, or you don't understand what something is all about, you might get scared into interpreting it in your own way. So for those of you that think that this life's journey series, it's a series that will encourage women into leaving their relationships or leaving their homes, please, I am here to disabuse your mind. It is none of such things. I'm in a wonderful, loving relationship. I believe so much in love. I believe so much in a happy home, a happy union, because I believe when two people agree to walk apart, success is inevitable. Success is inevitable when two people agree to walk apart. So I will be the last person on earth encouraging people to break up from loving relationships. No, I wouldn't do that. So this channel is a channel that is eventually, or rather that is gradually evolving into a social movement where the ills in the society would be addressed, especially ills as regards to women's rights. We want women to feel empowered. We want them to know that they have all it takes to be all that they can be. If you remember some weeks ago where I announced that we have successfully floated our Life's Journey financial aid for women with existing SMEs. This is first of many things we hope to do on this series, Women Empowerment. It is our aim to create a network of women supporting each other's entrepreneurial ideas, supporting each other's entrepreneurial ideas financially and emotionally. So when you come on Life's Journey with a problem, we try to see how we can rally around you and help you solve that problem in any way that we can. It might be in the form of giving you the necessary information that you need. It might be in the form of financially assisting you. It might be in the form of maybe introducing you or connecting you to somebody that can help you. So we are a help show. We are here to help one another. It is my wish that over time, we're going to launch our skills acquisition program where women that are in need of learning one skill or the other can send messages and we can help them reach out to experts in their respective fields. You'll be surprised to know that there are some experts that are willing to give internship for free. There are some people that are willing to take on 1 or 2 interns and mentor them for free. If you do not ask, like I keep saying, closed mouths do not get fed. So if you do not ask, you don't know what you can get. It doesn't mean that if you ask, you will get, but it's a probability. You just might get. So you risk nothing, absolutely nothing, by reaching out to some person or to somebody in your field of interest and ask for mentorship. So that's what this program is all about. So for those of you sending me DMs with making all sort of derogatory remarks, I forgive you. I'm not upset. I'm not offended, because I do understand that when you feel that your position as a man in your house, you feel it's threatened, you want to react. We're not here to threaten the men populace. We're not here to threaten them, but we're just here to tell them that we are a helpmeet. We are here to give a helping hand. We want to be treated as your equals. We want to be given the opportunity to be all that we can be. So if you're here and you feel that this whole women empowerment movement is overrated, I would like to hear your thoughts on this. Because in my own candid opinion, it is not. There is something I want to tell people. You see, as a woman or as a human being, empowerment starts from within. It starts from you making those baby steps. It starts from you reading a book a day, learning something new. It might be a skill set. It might be gaining information or getting yourself acquainted to some subject that you never knew before. So it starts from you, it starts from within, and then it goes external, where you now seek for external help or people to assist you on your onwards journey. So that is what empowerment really is all about. Getting the necessary education, getting information, being in a social network that is progressive, being a part of a society, and being able to contribute to your own quota. Be as a leader, maybe you're holding a leadership position. You have to go for some certain training, some leadership, becoming a community. That way, you can use your voice. Your opinions matter. You can speak up. You can speak out. You can support the depressed, and you can be a voice for other people too. Hello, Lizzie. Thank you for joining in. So that is what some of us are not married yet to, lol. Yes, you don't have to be married to be empowered. You don't. As a matter of fact, marriage is for people, like I'll tell you, marriage is for people that have something to bring to the table, because it's a union of two people. So you can't go into a union and not have anything to contribute. In the legal sector, they'll tell you marriage is a contract. What is a contract? An agreement between two people. So you can't go into a union when you have nothing to offer. So Blizzo 250, this topic is not for married people. It's an empowerment series. Today is an empowerment topic we are having. So if you have questions, we want your questions to be limited to the topic at hand. What is your take? Do you think that women should not strive for empowerment? Do you think that we are going about it the wrong way? Do you think it is overrated? Kola De Biola. Okay, let me bring you on. So you tell us what you think. What are your thoughts on this? So while we wait for Kola Diabola to join, I think his network is, we're just going to wait a bit for him to join in. So we want to hear your take on it, because like I would say, when you do not understand the concept of a thing, you panic. And in your panic, you might react negatively to it, which is not often in anyone's best interest. Remember our phone numbers for 597-8904. The numbers to call are 0811 5978904. So imagine a world where you cannot read the prescription on a medicine bottle. You cannot read the prescription on a medicine bottle. You are not literate enough to read the prescriptions on a medicine bottle. So you cannot medicate yourself. You cannot medicate your child. You cannot medicate your loved ones. And that is one of the things that we do not want for our women. We want them to be educated. Imagine a world where one is not literate enough to even read the road signs. You want to cross the road, but you cannot read road signs to cross the road. Do you realize that reading is one of the most vital forms of empowerment that you can give to yourself as a human being? So Blizo 205 is not just marriage related. As a human being, you have to be literate to a certain extent for you to be empowered to do some certain things. Now, like I said, the essence of this series, the essence of this series is to empower people, and it's also to create the awareness for the need for women to be empowered globally. Why am I emphasizing on women empowerment? Is because back in the day, men were given, even up until this day, there are some families that will prioritize educating their male children over their female children. There are some families that would send their male children overseas for a BSc program because they believe he's the male son, he's the heir to the family, and they would rather have the girls be educated in polytechnics and universities at home. Whatever the reason is, that is no longer acceptable. You should be able to give your female children and your male children equal educational opportunities. That is what we are saying. And this starts from each and every one of us. Some of you are parents, some of you are guardians. I believe I understand the topic now, but I would like to ask this. Have we heard of women? Have you heard of women being their own enemies? I wonder if that is an African proverb. Where did that come from? No, Blizo, I think that is just people saying that. It's like saying that the heart of a man is desperately wicked. Okay, what does that tell you? The heart of a man is desperately wicked. It just means that human beings, as in it is intrinsic in us to be envious of each other. We want to be the ones getting all the awards, getting all the accolades. We want to be the ones driving all the flashy cars and living in all the big houses. I think it comes with the human nature. It is not attributed to women alone. So I beg to differ. I do not believe in that saying that women are their own worst enemies. No. I do not believe that in that. I believe it's a general human factor. Human beings can be envious of each other. So women are not their own worst enemies. I see a lot of women these days reaching out to support each other, women supporting women. I see a lot of that. So I don't believe that, Enzo. I don't believe that. Women are actually supporting women. So that is what this series is all about. I want to be able to convince you, if you have the financial power, to build libraries, reading centers, where women in rural areas can have access to some form of education. They can go out and read and be informed. Yes, we live in a global village, but we are aware, for example, in Nigeria, there are so many areas in Nigeria where they do not have internet facilities. They do not have access to news reports. So if you know you've been blessed financially, you can have such reading centers in rural areas that will be open to women to go in there, to read, to understand their role, first of all, their role as women, their rights as women, learn how they can impact positively on the society. One thing is them learning how to create wealth, earning an income. Because when they can earn an income, they will be able to contribute their own quota to their own children's upkeep and their own children's education. Whether we like it or not, we have a lot of families where the father has neglected his duties in raising the children, and the women that are willing to raise the children are not financially buoyant. Imagine another set, or rather another generation of illiterates are going to be raised from that family, because the breadwinner has neglected his duties as a breadwinner, and the mother that is willing to do so do not have the financial capacity to do so. So why don't we encourage women? Why don't we encourage them to be financially empowered, to be literate, to be properly educated? Why don't we empower them to go for offices? Yes, they too can run for offices. We should encourage women to run for the highest offices we have in the country. A woman can become a president in this country. Nothing stops us from doing that, other than the male populace believing that we cannot do that. All this has got to change. These are basic social reforms that we have to keep fighting for there to be a change. So if I can convince you today to do something in your own community, if you have the capacity to do, I would have done something. But if you do not have the capacity to carry out a reform on a large scale, you can carry out this reform on an individual scale, one-on-one approach. You can start by educating your neighbor that you feel is not literate. You can start by encouraging that lady down the road that sells akara but doesn't know how to read. You can encourage her to get some level of education that will enable her to read. So these social reforms that we are seeking to bring about, or that we have been struggling to bring about for over the decades, we can push it a step further by carrying out a personal one-on-one campaign. Yes, if you can't do something on a global scale, you can do something on a local scale. You can. Just that some overstretch that ideology. Blizzo 250. Well, I understand what you're saying, but one thing you should understand is that with every movement, we always have the fanatical sect. Just like in religion, just like in any other movement that we know of, we always have the fanatical set, and we always have the set of rational thinkers. So try to understand, because we have been faced, or rather, maybe Blizzo, you've encountered some female activists that came across as vicious or very confrontational. It doesn't mean that the whole idea of women empowerment is wrong. It isn't. Okay? It isn't. It just means that women want to do better. They want to be placed in a position where they can contribute their own quota to their society. Hello.
Hello, the network problem.
Hello, Isa.
Good morning.
Kayat. Oh, it's...
How are you doing? Sorry. I was thinking that I may help.
Okay.
Because the society.
The network
problem.
Yeah, the network is a bit bad, but I can hear you. So go on, I can hear you. Oh, the network is terrible. We lost him. That was Isa underscore Rukayat. The network is bad. We lost him. Tell us how we can help. It's underscore Atiku underscore one. Yeah, how we can help as fathers, as brothers, as neighbors. How do one convince a lady who thinks she is just fine the way she is, who doesn't think furthering her education is necessary? Oh my goodness. That makes it really, really difficult. Yeah. Like I keep saying, empowerment has to start from within. It has to start with the willingness of the individual to become empowered. If someone doesn't want to be empowered, it is almost impossible to make that happen. So that is something we have to know. The best you can do is to keep talking to them, baby steps, keep talking to them, try to make them see reasons why it will be to their own advantage if they were empowered. So you were saying, I don't know if you heard that. Think furthering her education is necessary. Ah,
Hello.
yeah. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, ma. It's so nice to be home, to be live with you.
So nice to be live with you too.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
So I just thank you. I just dropped the comment regarding some ladies. Like I used to have a friend that feel she finished O level and she feels that is fine for her as a lady. Like why should I just want to further? Why is it necessary? Like she was asking me questions like confronting me. What's the necessity in forging my education? Like, what's actually looking for something more? Since I am done with secondary school, I can go and start being a sales girl. Like she doesn't even see any big deal in forging an education or looking inwards and thinking globally. Like she needs to make more impact in our society and everything. Like I was just so I was taken backward. Like how do one convince, how do one change the mindset of such a lady? How can one make that kind of person see reasons? You understand? There's a saying that you can actually drag a goat to the water, but you can't force them to drink water.
Exactly.
So it really baffles me to think that someone could limit their purpose to such level. So I'm asking you, as a wise person, how do one push such a person outside their mindset to look, to think deeper and say, okay, yes, there's a positive impact I can make in the society, and I really need to go out of my way to gain more knowledge beyond where I am right now. Thank you very much.
Yes. You see, like I would always say, empowerment is an individual thing. It has to start from within. So if the person is not willing or the person is not originally willing, sometimes it might take a lot of talking and then mentorship. If you try to introduce her or open her eyes to see what people have achieved by empowering themselves. You see, sometimes people do not understand speaking, they do not understand speech. They want to see things. They say, show me what is in it, what is in it for me. Why should I want to further? Why should I go to the university? Why should I gain a skill set? Maybe you have to show them examples of people that didn't gain any skill set, people that didn't further their education, show them how their lives ended up. And that is why in this show, we try as much as we can to encourage people to share with us their life experiences. So sometimes when you hear someone that has been through a path telling you, do not tread this path, this was what I did and this was the outcome, you are better convinced than just taking an advice from someone. Like now you're advising her, it's better you further your education, it's better you get a skill set, it's better you improve on yourself. She doesn't see the reason why, because maybe she believes that getting up to get married and having babies, it's all she wants in life. But if she sees the other aspect of being in a marriage or being in a world where you are unable to cater for yourself financially and the hazards that she stands to face, reality hits people sometimes more than just speaking or more than just talking to them. It's just like a child that gets into the university the first year, you're partying, you're having fun, and they tell you that, look, this is your first year. If you don't make a CGPA of 3.5, in your second year, you're going to be on academic probation or you're going to be waffed. That year one student doesn't really understand what you're saying until he or she gets to the second year and he or she sees her name on the board as waft. You have to leave the school. You're no longer a student of this university. Reality sets in. Reality then sets in. So sometimes people need mentorship in order for them to understand the implications of some certain decisions that they are about to take. So for people like that, don't give up on them entirely. Try looking for someone that can mentor them. Try showing them real life instances so they get to know what is in it for them. Oh, not a problem. It underscore article underscore one. No, not a problem. Yeah, phones act up sometimes. Yes. So, Isa underscore Rukia, do you understand what I mean by reality? Reality sets in. So for some people, no matter the talking you do, they need that reality to check them. It's like a reality check. When it happens to them, then they understand the implications of the decisions that they have chosen. But do not give up on them. It's not easy convincing someone to do something they do not understand and they cannot quickly see the big picture immediately. But it is worth trying. It is worth trying. I'm going to share a story with you guys of something that happened at my workplace today. You know, I have a lot of men working for me and maybe one or two, three women working in my company. And today, I think there was an argument between a male staff of mine and a female staff of mine, and it got heated up in seconds before we could realize what was happening. The male staff hit my female staff. He actually is a new employee. He hasn't been here for a long time, and he doesn't understand just how strict we are with our working rules and regulations. You break any one of them, you're out or you pay the fine for it. So he quickly very quickly just hit my female staff, and he said, a woman has never spoken to me like that. And immediately, my hot-headed female staff gave him a good whacking. Immediately. And then the manager just, came in and tried to separate both parties, and he intervened. And when my attention was drawn to this, I reminded him of our company policy that says no bullying, zero tolerance of bullying, zero tolerance for fighting, not to mention hitting a female. That is a double no for me. First of all, you don't fight on my company premises, and secondly, you hitting a woman. It's immediate suspension, indefinite suspension. That's what happens immediately. And I asked him before I told him immediate suspension. I said, why would you do that? And you know what he told me? A woman has never spoken to him in that manner. And I told him, in whatever manner you were spoken to, the supervisor was there, the manager was there, you could have reported the issue. You had no right whatsoever to hit anyone on the working premises, not to talk more of a woman. You should never have done that. So my manager was like, okay, the lady was actually at fault. She was quick with her tongue, blah, blah, blah. I said that was still not an excuse. You have to leave. So him being a new staff, he started begging that he was never going to do that again. He doesn't know what overcame him and all that. And I told him one thing. I said, since this is your very first time that you're doing this, you have to genuinely apologize to this woman. And she has to accept that apology. It is one thing for you to apologize. And if you apologize and she says she's not accepting it, you're leaving indefinite suspension. So you have to apologize to her. And she has to accept it. Do you know what he told me? That he has never apologized to a woman in his life. That's where he comes from. A man can never beg a woman. I'm telling you, this was like reality show 2020. I'm like, what? You can never beg a woman. Well, you have it's an ultimatum. You either apologize to her, she accepts the apology, or you're leaving. So he went out. He actually had to go and think about it. Came back, and then he apologized to her that he will never do that again. She, of course, after giving him that good smacking, accepted the apology, and he apologized to me, and okay, we settled the matter. And then I now had to lecture them because it occurred to me that even as men, our parents, our words, our guidance, they are not doing the needful. These men are not even informed of the era we are now living in. In 2020, you cannot hit a woman. So much has been done in terms of women's rights. You cannot hit a woman. They are not even aware of it. I had to take 20 minutes of my time today to educate them that outside my working premises, even in their own daily lives, where they live, in their own homes, in their own society, where they live, you cannot hit a woman, not anymore. It is no longer acceptable. The world has moved away from there, and the movement is continuous. So it is also our duty as individuals to educate our male children, to educate the males around us. Let them understand that the world is fast evolving. Women have a voice now, and we can use it. Women are better educated. We are better informed of our rights as women. We have so many NGOs out there that are pushing this social reform. Where we are now as women is not where we were 50 years ago, and it's not where we're going to be in the next 10 years. So it's a collective effort. This social reform that we seek is a collective effort. Since when I was a kid up till now that I am a full-grown man, I have never hit a woman. Bravo, that's good. And that is how it should be. That is how it should be. You should never. So we also owe it to the males around us for them to be educated. It is our duty to educate them, because what happened in my office today made me realize that these men, most of them do not even know what is right from wrong. They do not know what is right when it comes to relating with women and how best to handle women and women-related issues. They don't even have an idea. And that's why I say this show or this series is not just for women. It's for men, it's for women, it's for men to come and get informed, get educated, and also contribute
Hello.
Hello, Henry.
Yeah, but I don't know what to say. I mean, I do appreciate you a lot.
Thank you.
I do appreciate your husband a lot.
Thank
I
you.
mean, you guys are doing a very wonderful underground work, which nobody knows. Even the people in the country don't know what you guys are giving them.
Thank
Well,
you.
it's only God. It's only God. But I'm very, very happy. I commend, you know, the time you guys give and the energy you give. For me, I can't even do it, but I don't have that time. I don't have that energy to be talking on the screen every day to tell people, you know. But deep down in myself, I know what you people are doing. I mean, if it is over here, you guys will be paying a whole lot. You see this program you guys are doing, then our people are taking it for granted. They don't know what you guys are doing for them. You know? But it's only God. It's only God. It's only God. I mean, I promise any day my next step in Lagos, you and your husband, you are the first two people I will see. Anywhere. I mean, even if I come anytime, I bless you guys that come where you guys are. No, you guys are doing wonderfully. So based on the topic you're talking about, yeah. Based on this topic is very, very vital.
Yes.
Because if everybody, okay, since it's about women, I mean, everyone should be empowered, you know, both men and women, you know, but for women, more especially in Africa,
Yes.
you know, they need to empower. They need to empower because more women at work, more women in anywhere, things will run very, very effectively.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, me, as soon as I left Nigeria and come to the Western world, it's when I started knowing, man, there's so many things that is running over there. Yes. Many things are going on, and our people, they don't want to even accept
change.
You know, the truth you guys are telling them. You know, and most of them, well, I don't blame them because most of them they have not traveled out. I mean, some of them they have been in Lagos all through their life. So if you are telling them something, they won't even wait from their village to Lagos. So they will think it's all. But believe me, if they leave Atlantic Ocean, if they cross that Atlantic Ocean and come over here, then the story will change. If Nigeria and go once you cross the Atlantic Ocean, your eye will open. You will see it. You will see it and you believe it and you test it. Your system will begin to know that these people they are telling the truth.
Exactly.
So, like as I'm talking to you now, I'm at the back. You see your church, that free nation. I'm fully dedicated myself. But I'm just giving myself time. Even by the fees, I will be supporting even to do that the Wi-Fi. I mean, it's time to come. I will tell him I will be paying some part of that Wi-Fi because I know what he's doing. But people over there don't know what the priest is doing.
I'm
telling you, I have friends. I ask questions. As soon as he finished preaching, I will call some of my friends who are not even a Christian, Hindus, Buddhists, you know. During that feast, he has changed my mentality. Before I don't used to talk to him, but I started talking to them. Then you begin to see what that the priest is talking. It's powerful. He's saying it. I'll be looking at the man. Where is this man? What all those professors? They're not even telling us what that the priest is digging every day. I'm telling you, he's speaking the truth. I believe him.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in Nigeria. I stayed in Nigeria for 25 years before I left the country. So whatever thing that he's saying the right thing. You know?
Exactly.
So all those things, those people are just talking, you know, cutting out, doing, you know, they should just forget. I believe in that man. He knows what he's doing.
Thank
but
you
our people
so
doesn't know what he's doing.
We pray, we thank. Gradually, people are beginning to realize. Their eyes are opening. They are beginning to understand what this whole thing is about.
Yes.
So it is rapid. It is rapid, but we'll get there.
Yeah. Like that, when he says something, when the defense says something, could somebody in Nigeria saying something, I will put it in practice. It worked for me. So I said, this man is doing great. But people there, they are just, you know, I I'm looking. I mean, it's good to generalize things and do things in a proper way. That's the only way that country will change. If not, that country will not change. If we are not starting little things, even the women do more things better than men.
Exactly. You see, when they say let the best man rule or let the best man lead, it doesn't have to be a man. If a woman is better equipped, a woman is better educated, let her sit in that office.
Yes.
Gender equality, that is what we're clamoring for. We're not looking or asking for gender superiority. That's why I say this whole women empowerment, it's not a revolutionary movement. I see it more as a rapid change that we want, It has been gradual, but it's everlasting. It's gradual. It's not something that is stopping today or tomorrow. No. It's a continuous quest for equality. We want equity in every aspect of life. That is what we're asking for. I don't think that is radical in any way. That is not us being autocratic. That is not us being dictatorial. We are seeking for equity in every aspect of life. If a woman is better qualified for a position, let her have it. If a man is better, let him have it.
Yeah, do you know what I want to say? Where we come from, we don't believe, like, when you see somebody doing something right, the person is more better than you. They don't accept.
They don't.
They want them.
Exactly. That is the problem, and that is why we are a retrogressive nation. We're not progressive, because we don't care about perfection. We don't care about excellence. We just want our own candidate, our own selfish interest to be catered to. We're not concerned about excellence. And until we start becoming centered in seeking for excellence, we cannot progress. The world will be better off for it. Our children will be better off for it. Because if you have a strong woman as a mother, imagine how successful. The father is unavailable or he's unable to carry out his duties. The mother will always step in because she's empowered, because she's capable, and because she understands what is involved. So we want men to assist. We want men to see the bigger picture and assist in every way possible to ensuring that this movement is a lasting one. Nigeria, we don't want to be left behind in this change. We don't want to be left behind because we are already left behind. The Western world has left us behind. The way women are being treated in networks just went off.
This is okay.
This one has come back on, but this
is okay.
So thank you. Now we're supposed to have I'm gonna pause because my YouTube is reconnecting. We were supposed to have a lady join us. She was supposed to call in to tell us her story. Fortunately, she's not here. There's something I'd like to tell us. It is not easy. It isn't a revolution that Daddy Freeze has initiated, and it has come to stay. Gradually, more people will come to understand the significance of it, and they will wake up to it. So thank you all for joining in, and we're going to call it a wrap on today's topic. Remember, the channel is youtube.com/tastebudzng. It is a channel where we upload delicious, yummy African Nigerian dishes. So if you love Nigerian food and you want to learn how to cook Nigerian food, this is a channel for you to subscribe to and learn how to cook different Nigerian delicacies. And on Saturdays, we are here on this series, Life's Journey. We are here to empower each other, learn from each other by listening to our stories and supporting each other on our life's journey. Thank you for joining in, and it's bye-bye. End now. Are you sure you want to end your live video, right? Share on IGTV.
Check your picture, make sure you like it.
Keep that in yourself. End it.